Good evening, hockey fans. We welcome you to the Team Toledo Ice House for Night 2 of the 2025 Coney Cup. My name is Zeke Fravor, alongside of me, the voice of the MetroJets, Matt Preer. First time in this cold building for you, Matt. It's a milestone night for you, from what I understand as well.
Indeed. Hang meat in here so cold. Oh my goodness.
It's the action's going to heat up quite quickly here
For
tonight
sure.
in this one. But yeah, very cold night here in the 419. Again, night 2 of the 2025 Coney Cup. Toledo last night winning 4-2 over Metro, scoring an empty net goal with 7 seconds left, which the important part, Matt, if you want to let everyone know, refresh their minds as to what the final scoring should Metro win tonight.
Yeah, indeed. Yesterday's a 4-2 victory by the Cherokee, which means that should the MetroJets win this game tonight by 2 or more goals, the MetroJets would then clinch the 2025 Coney Cup, which is what they're going after today.
Look at that. Look
Yes,
at that
indeed.
fancy trophy. Looks good enough to eat, right?
Yeah, definitely.
This is on the line tonight. Again, that empty net goal for Toledo. Jacob Myers getting that. Trevin Johnson assisting on that, continuing his point streak. That came up very huge. Kind of a weird goal. I mean, it just kind of bounced around and then little curving puck into the net. But how long has it been since Toledo won at Metro in the regular season?
In the regular season, yeah, the Toledo Cherokees snapping a long skid. It had been since January 28th of 2022, the last time the MetroJets lost a game in the regular season on home ice. Now, it doesn't take away from the fact of Game 1 of last year's USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division Finals. Toledo taking that overtime victory over the Jets. That was the last time the Jets overall had lost at Mount Clemens Ice Arena, but going just with the regular season, it had been since January 28th, 2022, a span of over 3 years, 10 months, and give or take a few days.
A long time. It was a long time coming for Toledo. We talked in the post game, about how Toledo really beat Metro at their own game last night, and it had to feel good for Kenny Miller. But on the other side of things, Jamie Lovell did not look the most thrilled throughout the course of yesterday's game.
Yeah, he started the day a little disgruntled. Then he was perturbed. By the end of the game, he was mishappened. And you don't want to mishappen Jamie Lovell, number one. Number two, oh, look at this. And just so I know you can't see this off camera, Kathy Peacock. You
can open up that door, Matt.
Yeah, Kathy Peacock, the mom of starting goaltender yesterday, Evan Peacock. You are the best. Thank you so much. Live on the air. We get coffee.
What a delivery. Holy
Oh, my
cow.
God. There you go, my friend. A nice warm coffee for you there,
That's going to be wonderful. My hands are freezing right now.
Thank you so much, Kathy
We
Peacock.
do appreciate it.
She
Gave us
is
some
the
Tim
best.
Hortons yesterday.
Yes, indeed.
A hot coffee from the Ice House concession stand here tonight. But let's kind of talk about tonight's game.
Yep.
I fully expect it to be a different showing for Metro. I mean, a couple of lineup changes for them here in this one. Different starting goaltender. You know these guys better than anybody else, maybe outside of the coaching staff and the team. Take us through a couple of lineup changes.
Yeah, definitely. I want to revert back real quick on the bus ride today down here. First bus ride with the team. It was really cool, but it was very quiet, which is unusual according to equipment manager Paulie Sheridan. Usually they're lively, they're joking around, they're bouncing up and down the bus and everything else. Today, it was awfully quiet on that bus. Jakub Obcheka is going to start in goal today for the MetroJets. The 20-year-old from Zvolen, Slovakia. He has been absolutely dynamite. He backstopped one of the key wins this season for the MetroJets, a 5-3 victory at PSM Ice House in Fort Wayne, Indiana, against the USPHL Premier Midwest Division leading Fort Wayne Spacemen. Big thing tonight. Luka Pivits back in the lineup after suffering an illness. He had been sick for most of the week. Missed yesterday's game due to said illness, but Pivits is back in the lineup, co-leading scorer on the team with the captain of the MetroJets, Jake Taylor.
Yeah, it's a big guy to get back in the lineup. Luka Pivits, always a guy that he always puts up points in big games. He steps up when the moment is needed. So that's definitely a guy you want to keep an eye out for if you're Toledo tonight. Jamison Rose back in the lineup for Toledo. You already mentioned it. Jakub Obcheka starting for Metro. Kenny Miller going back to the honey pot. Dax Lucidi's had an unbelievable past 3 weeks. I mean, last night, look at that. 29 saves on 31 shots, getting the win, getting an assist as well. Kenny Miller turning back to Dax Lucidi again tonight. I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, you got the greatest rivalry in junior hockey. Metro got punched in the mouth last night.
Yeah, that's very fair. I mean, they definitely got a little side shot to the jaw there a little bit. Jamie Lovell and General Manager, Director of Hockey Operations. You know it's a big game when Justin Kinville jumps on the bus for number one. And he's here tonight along with, obviously, head coach Jamie Lovell. But the Jets looking to respond. It's been, and I'll give you another stat, it's been a long time since the Jets have lost 2 in a row, non-including showcases. You know, just going to regular season games. You got to go back to that very same year, 2022. The last time they lost 2 in a row, and again, does not include showcases. Now, mind you, showcases a totally different animal, as you and I both know. But I'm thinking Jamie Lovell and Justin Kinville, even equipment manager Paulie Sheridan, they got the boys ready to go tonight.
It's going to be a fascinating game here tonight. Again, you know, your usual suspects on both sides. I mean, Hank Davis, he's potted 2 goals against the Jets this season. You look to see him. He looked ready to go when I was in the locker room earlier. He looked locked in. Trevin Johnson, he looks ready to go again tonight. He was a little frustrated with how we played yesterday. I said, they were keying in on you, one.
Right.
So, you know, you got to take that with a grain of salt. You're one of the leading scorers in the league. They're going to be keying in on trying to stop you and letting other guys carry the load. I mean, at some point, the streak you would think is going to end. Did not happen last night. You know, we'd love to keep it going again tonight, going into next weekend in Lockport. Puck drop, 7 p.m. here at the Ice House. I'll be on the call. Matt Preer doing color. We appreciate you riding the bus down and getting the opportunity to work another game with you. It's always a pleasure. And, you know, getting to reciprocate your generosity and letting me come up all the time. And it's going to be a fun game. 7 p.m. here at the Ice House. Coney Cup, Day 2. That trophy right there that you saw earlier is on the line. We thank you for tuning in to the Toledo Metal Finishing pregame show. We'll see you at 7 p.m. for Puck Drop.
and I said on the broadcast up at Mount Clemens Ice Arena, he's got a mixture of Rostislav Efremov with a little bit of Freddie Soderberg in him.
As offsides is called again, maybe a little bit. What was Efremov's height listed at? You remember?
6'1".
Same size.
Yep.
But yes, it's. I mean, with the way he was making those reactionary saves there, it's very close to Efremov that I remember. Not that I want to remember.
Right. Rostislav Efremov, he was definitely something special for the MetroJets, and Randy Wilson just keeps finding gems, the goaltender coach for the MetroJets. You think back to, Will Augustine, Danny Miscavige, Freddie Soderberg. The list goes on and on and on. Rostislav Efremov, the latest one, and here's Jakub Obcheka.
Break back the other way. Sharon on the pass got handcuffed, but an opportunity there. Lucidi had to hang on. Fournier works back in. Zaccani pokes that around Gray. Zaccani still with the puck at the blue line. Down to the far side corner. Then across, and they score. Aiden Sharon on the doorstep. Makes it 2-0 Metro with 7:38 left in the first period of play.
Aiden Sharon, that line, we talked about it last night in Mount Clemens. That line was put together to start the third period. Aiden Sharon, A.J. Zaccani, Ryan Glomboski, and they're starting to gel just a bit. The MetroJets now the 2-0 lead as Aiden Sharon, the 20-year-old from Livonia, Michigan, picking up the goal, and it was his 8th goal of the season. And that's important, Zeke, because in this Coney Cup format, the first tiebreaker is the season series. Now, the MetroJets skating to a 5-2 victory back in September. Now, yesterday was a 4-2 setback, but if the Jets hang on with a 2-goal or more victory, they'll bring home their third straight Coney Cup.
Taylor's shot calmly gloved down by Dax Lucidi, who has been under siege in this first period. Again, a completely different look than last night. We mentioned how Metro was going to come out and look different today. You knew it. Toledo knew it. And, I mean, we're not even through the first period of play, and they just look like a completely different team.
Aiden Sharon, his 8th goal of the season from Ryan Glomboski, and Enric Fournier at 12:21 of the first period give the Jets a 2-0 lead as Obcheka with another save, and here come the Jets back the other way.
Pievich carries down the near side wing, rink wide, feed across. Majeski across for Pievich. Had a wide open net. Puck hit him in the skate and bounced away harmlessly. Kraus can't handle that pass. Bunk on ahead for Stone. Dumped in. Lucidi sticks that along for Klein. That's nearly a bad giveaway in your own zone. Pievich was right there. Hammer can't handle the pass. Toledo has just looked a little bit off here tonight. They haven't looked like they just haven't looked right yet.
It's kind of a role reversal from just 24 hours ago. The MetroJets not looking quite right yesterday, and they paid the price, a 4-2 loss. Now the tables have kind of turned a little bit. It's the MetroJets that have come out swinging here in the first period. And to your point, Zeke, Toledo looking just a little bit off on some of the passes, some of the set plays.
This has exactly shades of yesterday. It was 2-0 Toledo yesterday. Metro did come back in the second period, potted a goal, made it 2-1. Game is far from over here as Bunk feeds down into the corner. Was blocked by Davis. Now on for Wharton. 5:50 to go. First period of play. The Jets lead the Cherokee 2-0. Novak harassed by Davis. Hammer sweeps that one along. And now Bunk tries to jam it out. He does, but he hits the rafters. We'll halt play once again. 5:36 left in the first period.
Shot still in favor of the MetroJets. 14-11 now as Toledo has caught up just a little bit. But 2 goals by the Jets. Joel Patterson, his third from Sandro Evangelista and Chase Martin at 8:16. And then the most recent goal, Aiden Sharon, his 8th goal of the season from Ryan Glomboski and Enric Fournier at 12:21. And here comes Evangelista.
Evangelista again on a semi-breakaway. Lucidi the save, delayed penalty coming, and a penalty shot.
Oh, boy.
Ingersoll got tied up with Evangelista. And one of the most exciting plays in hockey, the penalty shot, coming up here.
Sandro Evangelista, the 19-year-old from Washington Township, Michigan, is going to go one-on-one with Daxon Lucidi. This should be a good one, Zeke Fravor. But one of the most fun calls you can have as a broadcaster is a penalty shot.
We've had a few here. You'll see Evangelista pick up semi-speed out wide right, cutting back in. Magic wand backhand save made Lucidi. That is a huge save by Dax Lucidi. You go down 3-0 in a game like this, that's probably about the worst hole you could be in, is 3 goals in the first period. Lucidi hanging on for dear life right now.
Big save there by Dax Lucidi on Sandro Evangelista to keep this game 2-0. Well, the faceoff will be to his right blocker side as Owen Coulter will take the draw against Nathan Sparks.
See this grinded out fourth line for Kenny Miller on the ice. We'll see if they can try and turn the tide. That pass, well, actually, you know what? You can't even say this is the fourth line as icing called against Toledo. Trevin Johnson is on the ice with Sparks and Wilson. Has Kenny Miller already thrown the lines into a blender? That would be certainly an interesting turn of events this early.
And the line that scored the last goal, Zakani, Sharon, and Gomboski back on the ice with Enric Fournier and Jake Blum, a couple of veterans on the blue line.
The time, whoever gets this next goal is in pretty good position here. Obviously, if you're Metro, you go up 3-0. If you're Toledo, you're right back into this one. Sparks carries on in. Shot save made by Obcheka. Loose puck. Wilson dug away at it as play is blown dead. Loose side of the puck?
Possibly. Yeah, that's about that. That seems to be the case, as that referee, Anthony Sonato, may have lost sight of the puck. So whistle blows. Which good news for Toledo, who's in the midst of a line change.
Yeah, and you can't fault the referee, right? I mean, you lose sight of the puck. It happened last night even to Trevor Boderi. I mean, it happens. You see it in the NHL, the Stanley Cup Finals, the Penguins and Predators. But it does happen from time to time. We reset. As hopefully we just got a text from Ryan with Blackberry. He said the stream is fine now. So we thank you for hanging on and working with us as we attempted to get everything back in order. Gray off the glass. Fournier on ahead. Glomboski tried to dump in Lucidi. Teague Lucidi got in the way as offsides is called by linesman Richard Gilmer.
Ryan Glomboski playing his 10th game of the season, joining the MetroJets after they had played 5 games into the year, coming over from the Texas Junior Brahmas, the NA3 AHL. Previous to that, 2 seasons with the Honey Baked Hockey Club, that potent U18 AAA program, the High Performance Hockey League. Pretty good. I mean, I'll tell you what, anytime you play AAA hockey in Detroit, it's going to be good hockey. Myers, who played for Bell Tire, U18 out of Taylor, Michigan, carried on in. And Glomboski's, he's a big boy, 6'4", 200-pounder. 2-on-2 the other way. Taylor joins the rush. Shot blocked. Kraus to the puck. It's chopped along for Outman by Taylor. Fed on ahead, Trevin Johnson. Slowly at first, picked up speed, and then he booted the puck away. Provencher down the ice. Kraus, and hand pass will be called against the Cherokee. 3:53 left in the opening frame here. Metro controls this one 2-0. Shots 15-12 in favor of the Jets, as the Jets' second line rolls out with Jackson Stone, Luka Pivets, and Sutton Majeski. A lot of line matching here going on for Kenny Miller as Bunk skates this through the neutral zone. Down the near side wing, sticked onto the far side by Dax Lucidi. Landon Wharton lays one back for Cormier. Jake Cormier on for Owen Ingersoll. Off the wall, Bunk had it hop up on him. Davis diving for it. Can't get it around Martin, who's stepped in too heavily by Wharton. Cormier down low, shot blocked by Bunk. Has a man wide open. It's Majeski. Pass was just a stride off. Majeski throws on the brakes, feeds across, block in the slot by Wharton. And I'll tell you, Metro came out to play in this. And I said yesterday Toledo came out to play. Metro came out to play tonight. This is more so MetroJets hockey than what was seen last night at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. The MetroJets kind of thrive on being on the road a little bit. Of course, there's no place like home with the Jets, especially Mount Clemens Ice Arena. Very tough place to play. But this is a tough place to play, too, here at Team Toledo Ice House. And the Jets definitely look forward to road games. Gray on for Hammer. Another blocker save made by Obcheka.
Hammer picks up once more, throws one towards the net, blocked. Jamison Rose knocks it down, feeds up top, Edwards' shot. That's going to be kicked aside by Stone. Peevich backhands into the neutral zone. Teague Lucidi soccers that one on along. He'll rim that one back in. Edovcheka backhands that around. First man there, Ethan Gray, had a goal and an assist last night. Catalano shot, save made of Cheka. We continue on. Action at both ends of the ice. Again, a little more wide open than you're used to for these two teams who usually like to play in a phone booth. Lots of shots as Stone lobs that one in.
Wow.
Lucidi I don't know if it took a weird bounce or if he just kind of misread it in the lights, but a little more stressful than that needed to be.
And here at Team Toledo Ice House, for those who have not been here before, it's a lot lower ceiling than normal at some rinks that you go to. And the lights, they kind of shine. The goaltenders have said, but Jets goaltenders have said before, the lights here are kind of at a different angle. So sometimes you can, if the puck is up high, you can lose the puck in the lights.
Johnson to the near side. Nobody there for Toledo. Blum picks back up. That is redirected up into the netting and will stop play once again. 1:27 left in this first period of play, and Metro continues to hang on to that 2-goal lead. They lead 2-0 here.
Shots 17-14 now in favor of the Jets. A lot of shots that Daxon Lucidi has faced, and as well as Jakub Ovcheka.
Just 2 goals here. 2 on Lucidi, none on Ovcheka. Davis steps into his man. That was Fleming. Now Zakani. Cross intended for Glomboski. Knocked down by Cormier. Jay Cormier on for Owen Ingersoll. Launches that one ahead. Hammer couldn't get to that one. It's just been a lot of passes that are just slightly off. Not even completely off, just slightly off for Toledo.
Definitely not as crisp as last night, that is for sure. And that seems to have gone the way of the Jets, whose passes are much more crisper, much more tape to tape.
Hammer settles that one down, last minute of play. In the period, Hammer shot, redirected up and out of play by Jake Taylor. Had a lot of big moments in his career, none bigger than Nationals a few years back, Matt, when he played for MJDP on their, if you call it a Cinderella story run, up at Mount Clemens, they're not going to like that.
No, not at all.
But as in an outsider look, sure, it was a Cinderella run, but defeating the heavy favorite Potomac Patriots in, what was that, double overtime?
Double overtime, yeah. You were on the call with Tristan Jensen, general manager, head coach of the Battle Creek Colonels. I was on the other side calling the MetroJets Islanders Hockey Club game, so I was not able to call the DP game. So you had the call that still lives in infamy, with Jake Taylor in double overtime.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a small part of my career, but one of my favorite games of all time that doesn't include Toledo. Edwards picks back up, 5 seconds left in the period. He's just going to try and rag the time, eat the puck. Drops one off for Rose as the buzzer goes. Here on period 1. Goals from Joel Patterson, Aiden Sharon. That's all we've had here in this one. A lot of shots, 2 goals, both for the Jets. Matt Preer, thoughts?
Well, the MetroJets definitely coming out swinging here in the first period. Direct opposites we talked about here in the middle of this first period is role reversal for both clubs. MetroJets coming out swinging tonight. Toledo kind of on their toes a little bit, kind of hesitant a little bit, kind of backing up on their heels just a bit.
It's hard not to see the parallels between last night and tonight. The road team up 2 goals at the first intermission. We're going to step aside here from the Ice House for the Ice Cut. We thank you for tuning in so far. We thank you for hanging in during our technical difficulties. We'll be back for the second period of play here in about 15 or so minutes. My name is Zeke Fravor alongside Matt Preer, voice of the Jets. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. And we welcome you back to the Team Toledo Ice House. Second period, just a couple of minutes away. The MetroJets currently lead the Toledo Cherokee by a score of 2-0 in this one. And we can't talk about the parallels to last night enough. I mean, the road team up 2-0 after one period of play. The road team controlling play for the majority of the period. It sets up for a fascinating last 40 minutes, because I mean, if it ends up like last night, there's only one way that the Coney Cup is going, and it'll be going back up north.
Indeed, yeah. Complete role reversal from last night's game to today. Shots on goal in the first period. The MetroJets with 18, Toledo with 15. And yeah, you're right, Zeke. The MetroJets has come out swinging in the first period. Joel Patterson, the 18-year-old from Queenstown, New Zealand, picking up his third goal of the season to kick off the scoring on the assist from Sandro Evangelista and Chase Martin at the 8:16 mark of the first period. Then Aiden Sharon, that newly formed line with Ryan Gomboski and A.J. Zaccani. Sharon, his 8th goal of the season from Gomboski, and Enric Fournier drawing the second assist. That came at 12:21. But yeah, the Jets coming out swinging in the first period, and it's just like a role reversal from just 24 hours ago.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Toledo, your top line's got to be your top line now. I mean, they really haven't been able to create much tonight. Like they didn't do a ton last night. There was a lot of depth scoring for Toledo last night when you really look down at it. But the top line for Toledo needs to step up in a big way here. You've got Cameron Krause, a longtime veteran in the league. Jake Myers, his second year with Toledo. He puts up points in big games. Had that goal yesterday. Hasn't done a ton today. Trevin Johnson has been shut down for the majority of this 4 periods of hockey. These guys got to get going if Toledo wants to climb their way back into this one. Puck down, second period underway. Once again, it's hockey time here from the Team Toledo Ice House. Rose left one for Gray, down Catalano, back for Gray, just too far ahead of him. Sharon tried to get there. Now Gray picks up far side corner. Sharon picked off by Rose, fed around Jake Taylor up towards the blue line. Teague Lucidi held it for a moment. Now Gray back feed for Rose, now on across. Jay Cormier will dump back in. Obcheka had that bounce up on him. Now Cormier back in the neutral zone. Rink wide for Teague Lucidi. Once again dumps in. A lot of dump and chase hockey. You get control of the puck. Usually you want to keep control. Myers up top. Ingersoll tried the extra move, lost the puck. Zaccani back down Provencher to the near side for Taylor. Now Cormier back down Krause, his top line for Toledo, trying to kick things off for the Cherokee offensively. A lot of shots last period. Haven't been able to solve Obcheka yet.
Aiden Sharon bringing it in the end of a long shift for this line of Zaccani, Gomboski, and Sharon. As Sharon grabs the puck, pressured there by Cameron Krause.
Played up for Myers through the wickets of Johnson. Trying to get their long shift for Toledo's top line now. Blum throws on the brakes to the near side. Jake Taylor. I mean, you look at all the guys that have been on the ice a while. Now Majeski carries on in, drops back Peevich towards the net. Through the screen of Klein. Now Johnson trying to break free. And the puck too far ahead of him. Obcheka plays that around for Enric Fournier. Poked along by Davis. Johnson trying to connect with Hammer, now does. Hammer opens his hips, throws one towards the net. Up top, Van Tighem, shot! Obcheka the save through some traffic. Hammer, little toe drag, works to the backhand. Around the net he goes. Centers for Davis. Net is off. We continue on as Wharton will pick up. Wharton, centering feed, had it blocked, and now play halted by Anthony Sonato. 17:50 to go, second period of play, and Toledo starting to find some inroads here. Some zone possession, a little bit of pressure. That's a good thing for them.
Yeah, indeed. They have to do what they did yesterday in the first period, and what the MetroJets did here in the first period of this game is, come out, guns a-blazing, and so far so good. They've done that, as the Jets have yet to get a shot on goal here in the second period. I'll check that. They have one shot on goal in the second period. A lot of shots thrown the way of Jakub Obcheka. So far, he's made a single save.
Worked around Davis, finds it, works around Fournier, tried to connect with Hammer, sent it too high for him. Wharton on the forecheck. Majeski for Stone, little spinorama pass on for Luka Pivic. Length of the ice, he'll dump that in. Lucidi plays that for Klein, bounce pass Van Tighem. Van Tighem misses everyone. Icing waved off, landed Wharton. Going into the corner. Huge counter check thrown in on Tyler Fleming. Davis swings one back down and around. Wilson had it bounce off his stick. Bunk is dumped by Davis. Delayed penalty coming up here to the Cherokee.
And a check from behind is the call from referee Anthony Sonato.
Don't see that too often anymore.
No, not at all. And that's our first penalty of the game.
Yes, did have that penalty shot.
Yes.
By Sandro Evangelista that Lucidi turned aside in the first period. But yes, this power play for the Jets. 17 power play goals on 58 opportunities, 29.31%. Ninth in the USPHL. The Cherokee penalty kill, 92%. That's good for sixth in the league. Last night, they were sparkling 100% on the kill.
Another thing to keep an eye on, Toledo Cherokee leading the USPHL Premier in shorthanded goals with 8 of them. So it's definitely something the Jets want to be aware of.
Pivic spins away from Johnson. Taylor elevators on a cross, settled down by Majeski. Wanted to go to Taylor. Myers stepped in the lane. Sharon cuts wide around Teague Lucidi. Pivic from the half wall. Works down low. Zaccani in front. Play blown dead. I think the puck was loose down there.
I thought it was too.
Net comes off. Puck may have been loose, but whistle was blown before it entered. Zaccani was digging away, put it in, and again, lost sight of the puck, Anthony Sonato.
MetroJets missing Luka Pivic last night on the power play. 14 goals so far this year. 7 have come with a man advantage.
It's always a guy you keep an eye on the man advantage. I mean, at all times, but even more so now. Pivic the shot. Sharon on the doorstep. Loose puck. Zaccani digs away. Lucidi reaching for it. Wharton had tried to send that down the ice. Play stopped once again. Net came off. You got to wonder if the ice is a little bit more frail tonight because it's so cold. Usually we don't have that problem here at the Ice House, but that's at the third or fourth time play's been stopped for a net coming off.
Yeah, don't see it too often here with the way they're usually immaculate ice conditions here at Team Toledo Ice House. But yeah, a little choppy tonight. But it's the same for both teams. So both teams got to deal with it and make adjustments.
Pivic dumps off Zaccani. Shot blocked by Cormier. Yeah, it's quite a chilly night here at the Ice House and in Toledo in general. Expected some snow over the next 48 hours down here. Taylor works back. Majeski shot. Never reached Lucidi. Majeski picks back up. Looks for an outlet. Majeski harassed by Kraus. Now Cormier poked away by Sharon. Jump cut. Zaccani left it. Now Sharon. Kraus sends it down the ice. He's going to head off for a change. 27 seconds left on the Davis checking from behind Minor. Turning back up ice. Taylor on for Isaac Bunk. Tops of the circles. He'll throw on the brakes. Taylor wrist shot. Blocked in front. Another opportunity for the Jets. Toledo doing a good job right now of getting in the lanes, not allowing any shots in on Lucidi. Back up top, Taylor. Drops one back off Hartzell. Off the post, and they score. Aiden Hartzell from the half wall steps into one, rang one off the post, beating Dax Lucidi. A power play goal. 1 second was left on the man advantage for the Jets. They capitalize. It is a 3-0 hockey game.
And for Aiden Hartzell, that snaps a 10-game scoring drought. His last goal before that one came all the way back on October 10th at Mount Cummins Ice Arena against the Battle Creek Colonels. And for Hartzell, the 17-year-old from Muskegon, Michigan, his third goal of the season. The Jets lead 3-0.
Outman now on. Intercepted Van Tighem. Toledo's got quite a bit of catch-up to play here. That's dumped in. Klein, watched by Hartzell, slashed around. Catalano for Gray.
as Aiden Hartzell picking up his third goal of the season on the assist from Jake Taylor and Gabe Outman at 4:58 of the second period to give the Jets a 3-0 lead.
Outman picks it off. Is hit hard by Catalano. Van Tegum to the near side wall. Jamison Rose. Toledo needs something to go right for them. Down 3 goals. Rose across. Van Tegum picks up. Toledo in the midst of a change now. Gray centering feed. Knocked aside by Blum. And once again, Outman is dumped to the ice. Cormier back to the neutral zone. Swings one for Myers. Now for Owen Ingersoll, and he is hit hard.
Little return favor action there by Gabe Outman.
Outman said, nobody puts me on the ice twice in one shift. Cormier, stretch pass, knocked out of the air by Patterson. Cameron Krause tries to find Johnson. Obcheka moving towards the slot, dumps that one off. Redirected in front by Johnson. Another save made of Cheka. Krause tight angle shot, sails it high and wide. Ingersoll across the blue line. Cormier couldn't handle it. Picked up Ryder Novak. Around Cormier. Novak drops one off Hartzell. First shot, second shot, both blocked by Krause. Ingersoll on for Johnson. He'll just dump that one in. Takes a high hit from Hartzell. Obcheka plays that one, backhands it for Hartzell. Feeds on up for Patterson, who stepped into by Hammer. Teague Lucidi will dump that back down. Fleming picks up in his own zone.
You can sense a little frustration on the part of Toledo Cherokee, throwing the body a little bit more, trying to bring some physicality in this game, trailing 3-0.
Yeah, and that's Toledo Cherokee hockey. I mean, it always is more physical. They've always got skill, but they've always got some physical players. And, I mean, you're down 3 goals right now. 12:59 left. You're almost to the halfway point in this one. You haven't been able to solve Obcheka yet. I mean, you're going to, at some point, going to have to put all your eggs in one basket to try and get the offense going.
Shot 7-4 in favor of the Jets, 25-19 overall. And here come the Cherokee back the other way.
Davis spins that one. Couldn't connect with Hammer. Obcheka out. Sets things up for Fleming. Evangelista couldn't corral that one. Teague Lucidi back down and around. Hammer came together with Bunk. Both number 9s. Stumbled a little bit. Played along by Coulter. Novak sauced on up, intended for Evangelista. Bunk. Pocket picked. Hammer back the other way. One-on-one with Fleming. Wrist shot of Cheka. Right pad kicks out to Evangelista. Now around for Bunk. Davis gloves it down. Davis can't get the shot away. Puck was bouncing on him as that is tipped up into the netting.
One thing you may notice about Jakub Obcheka, if he does give up a rebound, it is a well-placed rebound. He is thinking 2-3 steps ahead. It's like a chess match for Obcheka. He's thinking, okay, here comes the shot. Where am I? If I can't corral it, if I can't cover it, where's it going? Yeah, and that was a perfect example by Obcheka.
Always about where you got a safe zone, where it's going to be in the least amount of danger for a goaltender. Majeski, 2-on-2 with Peevich. Majeski down the near side wing, up top for Martin. Martin shot, blocked by a couple of Cherokee, now dumped back to the neutral zone. Taylor fires that one down around Lucidi. Wanted to play it, took a weird hop off the stanchion, and Sparks picks up. Rims one around for Myers. Puck towards the blue line. Sparks and Martin both sliding for it. Sparks clears the zone. Bouncing pass on ahead for Majeski. Stepped into by Klein. Now Aaron Wilson having a career year for Kenny Miller and the Cherokee. Martin across. Taylor the shot. Lucidi just had to react to that when it was redirected right in front of him. He'll hang on. 11:22 left in the second period of play. The Jets leading 3-0.
Aiden Hartzell, his third goal of the season, first one to power play. Just 17 years old. Out of Muskegon, Michigan, foregone his senior year at Muskegon Reese Puffer Rockets, the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Second leading scorer last year, 27 games played, 28 goals, 20 assists, 48 points as a junior for the Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, you get stats like that, maybe time to start thinking about hopping up a level and seeing where he can go with hockey. Blum, shot, blocked by Rose, broke his stick. Now Gray has to go the other way, 1-on-2. Gray toe drag shot. Blum getting a piece of that and redirecting it up and out of play.
And a lucky fan from Sylvania, Ohio, picking up a souvenir puck. How about that?
Tell you what, Matt, at first during warm-ups, didn't look like there was going to be much of a crowd, but it's filled in pretty nicely here at the Ice House. Not much for one side to cheer about, though. This Toledo side, I mean, there really hasn't been a premium scoring opportunity in this game yet.
Not really, but Toledo, we know that Toledo is always in the hunt, no matter what the score is. You can't count out the Toledo Cherokee no matter what. Yeah, the Jets lead 3-0 right now, but the Jets know they need to keep their foot on the gas, especially here at Team Toledo Ice House.
Yeah, cannot sit back into a prevent defense. You just got to keep pushing. Glomboski down to the corners of Connie. Smacks that back up top. Taylor feeds across Fournier. Shot. Lucidi to save. Rebound is there. I think Lucidi got a piece of that with the glove just enough to send it into the netting, where we'll stop, and you assume both teams going to get wholesale changes.
A.J. Zakani looking up to the heavens. Thought he had that one, but Lucidi able to get it, grab a piece of it, and send it out of play.
I mean, 3 goals on Dax Lucidi. 2 were turnovers at the blue line. 1 was a well-placed shot off the post by Hartzell. I mean, this game has not been on him. It's just as Myers colliding with Gilmer, linesman Richard Gilmer on the far side. Krause tries to backhand that one towards the net. Fournier got in front of it. Anderson up for Outman. Counter check on Myers. Now a Patterson, a huge hit. Teague Lucidi 2-on-1. Outman shot. I think that puck flipped up on him. It was on edge. As you see, the physicality has certainly increased here in the past couple of minutes. These teams don't like each other, and Toledo's just trying to do something to set the tone now. Krause to the near side. Trevin Johnson through the wickets for Teague Lucidi. Lucidi and shot. Ocheka there. Fournier had tried to drop and block that shot. He blocked it partially. Ocheka had to play that redirection.
Jakub Ocheka, 23 shots, 23 saves for the 20-year-old from Zvolen, Slovakia.
It's hard to come into this ice house and put up a goose egg through this much time.
Never seen Team Toledo Ice House before pulling up in the bus this afternoon. Never even seen the rink before.
I tell you what, if he keeps playing this way, he may like playing here a lot.
His first words were, "It cold."
Well, you can't, unfortunately, hockey is not a summer sport.
Right.
So you get to come to the ice house in November when it's 40 degrees, December when it's 30 degrees, January when it's 10 degrees, which you guys will be here in January again.
Yes.
On the 17th. Now Klein on ahead. So he'll really get to see how cold it gets in this place. Hank Davis saunters on in, goes into the corner with Martin. Hammer tries to dig that free. Fleming, nice defensive positioning there.
These two teams right back in action. Game 1 of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase.
Opportunity here for Toledo. Wharton tried to connect with Hammer, stepped in front of by Fleming. That is coming up in a couple of weeks, Matt.
Yes, indeed. Friday, November 21st.
Novak shot blocked by Klein.
That is a 4:30 face-off there at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. The game of the week. The weekend, really, is day 1.
Really excited about the Detroit Showcase with the first appearance by the Charlotte Rush, who are making the trip up from Pineville, North Carolina.
It'll be nice to see Trevor Jewell again.
Yes, yes.
Getting to me a homecoming trip for him.
Both the Jets and the Cherokee will play the Charlotte Rush at some point during the Detroit Showcase.
Looking forward to that. I mean, it's always a good time when you get to see the top teams play, and Showcase is a little bit different hockey, as you mentioned in the pregame show. 2-on-1. Catalano sauce on across. Rose the shot, and he scores! Back bar, Jamison Rose, second goal of the season. Toledo shows signs of life.
Big, big goal there. Went over the right shoulder of goaltender Jakub Ocheka. And Jamison Rose picking up the goal for the Cherokee. And for Rose, the 19-year-old Toledo native, that is his second goal of the season. The Cherokee have some life with 8:15 to go here in the second period.
I'll tell you, I don't know how he got that puck so clean. I mean, that was a bouncing saucer pass, a wobbling pass, and he got to it. Finally beating Ocheka.
Jamison Rose is second of the season from Alex Catalano and Ethan Gray at 11:41 of the second period to pull the Cherokee back to within 2.
Catalano 5 points in his last 6 games played. He's really come alive here in the past few weeks. And Ethan Gray continues his hot streak in his 93rd career game. Had a goal and an assist last night, picking up an assist here tonight. Hartzell pokes that around. Ingersoll steps in front of it. Toledo, they look like they just cracked the code. I mean, they've got a lot more pep in their step. They want to keep peppering Obcheka, but you know it's going to go back the other way at some point. It's just about riding the highs and the lows in this game.
Yeah, the Toledo Cherokee finally solving Jakub Obcheka here just past the midway point of the second period, and they're back at his way again.
Fournier into the skates of Kraus. 7:05 left, second period of play. 3-1 Metro. Hartzell skates that one on ahead. Lucidi sticks that aside. Thought he may play it, instead holds on, as you saw Teague Lucidi colliding with Hartzell on the near side there on the corner of your screen.
Shots 11-8 in favor of the Jets. 29-23 overall. So the next shot Daxton Lucidi will face will be his 30th of the game.
I tell you, he's had a lot of rubber thrown at him here in this game. As Taylor to the half wall for Anderson. Pass intercepted by Hammer. Poked around Provencher. Hammer as Provencher tumbles to the ice. Shot high over the blocker of Obcheka. Outman. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you noticed Gabe Outman after the game last night, Matt. Took his stick, took his gloves, and went right down to the shooting range after the game and shot pucks. Yep. So, you know he wasn't happy, and it's showing. He's played very well tonight. Lucidi hangs on to that. Outman on the doorstep. But last night, Metro knew that wasn't the standard of hockey that is expected. And, you know, they came out today so far and have absolutely smothered the Cherokee, who, in the late stages of this second period, are coming around a little bit.
Yeah, the MetroJets tonight playing MetroJets hockey. Last night it was the Toledo Cherokee playing MetroJets hockey.
Long shot.
And it resulted in Cherokee with a win yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you got to get back to the basics. I mean, I don't know if it was Toledo trying to be too cute or if Metro was just outplaying them that bad in that first period. But something must have clicked in the past few minutes for the Cherokee, who, if you get the next goal, I mean, yes, you're in it right now. It's a 2-goal lead for Metro. But if you get that next one, it's right there within your grasp. Stone, shot off the glove of Lucidi. Fleming backhands that back down around Majeski, centering feed, blocked aside Van Tegum. Majeski bounce pass off the boards. Martin walks the blue line, fires back down Majeski. Pirouettes away from Rose, feeds down to the corner. Majeski had the puck momentarily, had it slashed away. Fleming into the neutral zone and retreats into his own defensive zone. On for Martin now up top. Peevich dumped in by Jackson Stone. And Lucidi, very active goaltender, likes to play that puck. Finds Klein.
Last night in Mount Clemens Ice Arena, Daxton Lucidi stopping 29 of 31 shots he faced. He has already faced 31 shots here today.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say enough about the turn of events in the 180. Majeski carries on in. Again, it's not been Dex Lucidi's fault on these goals. I mean, well-placed shots, bad turnovers for Toledo. I mean, he's played up to his, well, he'll probably say not his standard, but, I mean, he's played a good game. Cormier works his way around. He's going to carry this one up. Rushing the length of the ice. Cormier the shot. Obcheka calmly gloves it down. Not letting that goal bother him. 5:01 left, second period of play. The MetroJets lead the Toledo Cherokee 3-1.
Daxton Lucidi's only allowed 3 or more goals 2 other times this season. One of those came against the MetroJets at the Jets home opener at Mount Clemens Ice Arena on September 26th, and that 5-2 loss by the Cherokee to the Jets. The other time was back on October 15th here at Team Toledo Ice House against the Columbus Mavericks in that Mavericks 4-2 victory. One of those goals, of course, being an empty net.
A game that Toledo really tried to just erase from their memories and just get back to playing Toledo hockey. Currently on a 6-game win streak, trying to advance it to 7, just like Metro tried to do last night. But this Great Lakes division this year is tight.
It's not a two-team show anymore between the MetroJets and Toledo Cherokee. The Columbus Mavericks have thrown their hat in the ring. They're rightfully the leaders in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. The Red River Spartans, after an off year last year, are back in the fold again this year. It's a 4-team horse race on the top of the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division, and the other 4 teams, the second 4, if you will, as Upcheka makes a save. The Fresh Coast Freeze, a sweep of the weekend over the Bearcat Hockey Club earlier today, 6-5 overtime victory over the Bearcats. So the Fresh Coast Freeze, 2-game winning streak. And in the other game being played, the Battle Creek Colonels up 3-2 over the Cincinnati Cyclones, 4:35 and counting remaining in the second period.
Yeah, the Great Lakes division as a whole, it's good for the league, good for this division that it's not just 2 teams anymore that are vying for the top spot. It's going to be a tight race all year. Granted, Columbus and Red River do have some games in hand on both Toledo and Metro. Both teams off this weekend, so they can tune in and watch their competition. Fed down low, Glombowski off the crossbar, all alone. I don't know how you lose a guy like that. Now Sharon picks up, works around Teague Lucidi. Now Lucidi steals it away. Glombowski picks back up. 6'4", 215 pounds, ended up all alone in front of the net.
That's a big hulking human, Ryan Glombowski is. He's been a valuable asset joining the Jets.
Sharon,
5 games into the season.
Pocket pick, fired a shot over the net. Wharton can't get that one. Taylor finds it at the blue line, feeds on across Bunk, shot blocked. Bunk centering feed. And Sharon got dubbed. Another block shot this time. Teague Lucidi. Toledo going all out to keep pucks away from Lucidi right now. 2:47 left, second period of play. Dumped down the ice. Not going to have legs for icing. Taylor turns up ice, trying to catch Toledo in a change. Bunk backhands in. Dax Lucidi quickly reverses that back the other way. Patterson and Myers in the near side corner, vying for that puck. Now Teague Lucidi holds it in the corner. Dug free by Outman. Big hit by Hartzell in the corner as Martin throws a shot on net. Jake Myers, the receiving end of that hit. That's not a guy you see go down too often.
There's been a lot of physicality, and especially in this second period. Both teams trading barbs with a few well-timed body checks. And to your point about the Mavericks and the Spartans, after this game, both the Jets and the Cherokee will still have 5 games in hand on the Spartans. And for the Cherokee, should they come back to win this game, they would move into a tie for second with the Spartans in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division, still with those 5 games in hand.
Martin shot off the dasher, up and out of play. But, Metro went down to Clarksville, Tennessee, went 1-1 down there. It was a hard-fought series. And then Red River came up here just a couple of weeks back, and Toledo played very well. Sweeping that weekend series. Neither of these 2 teams, correct me if I'm wrong, will see Red River again in the regular season.
That is correct, although, ironically enough, the Red River Spartans' only appearance at Mount Clemens Ice Arena will be at the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase. They do not come up to Mount MCIA to play the Jets in a regular season game, as Klein and Martin are intertwined.
Delayed offsides.
And by contrast, Toledo does not have to make the trip down to Clarksville, Tennessee this season.
It's a long trip down there.
Oh, it is.
But so you can, you guys went down there. Toledo did not, as that's Martin firing one in on Lucidi. Patterson getting a cross check from Van Tegum. But yeah, Toledo's glad they don't have to make that long ride. But you mentioned this on the broadcast last night. What's the date Red River doesn't have a home game?
Yeah, the Red River Spartans, their last regular season home game is December 21st. The rest of the regular season, they are on the road. You talk about a tough road to hoe for them. My goodness. But that's nothing like what the Chicago Crush and Chicago Cougars did last season. Every game, all season long, on the road.
Got to be brutal. We have offsetting penalties. Patterson got one for the Jets. looks like Klein for Toledo sitting in the box, so offsetting penalties. We continue at 5-on-5, though. Here's a break for the Cherokee. Ingersoll, pocket picked by Peevich. Has a man down the ice. Nice recovery by Cormier. Majeski wide open. Now Kraus on the near side. Pokes that one in. Obcheka. Weird hop. Kraus, swing and a miss. And a bouncing puck. Cormier steps into Stone. Hammer is watched closely on the half wall. Last minute of play here in the second period of play.
Joel Patterson for the Jets, Cameron Klein for the Cherokee, coincidental minors for slashing.
Toledo may have caught a break there. That puck flipped, hit the, I don't even know what you want to call that. I don't know if that's for the humidity in the arena, but it's just a giant HVAC thingy.
That'll work. Let's
sure,
go with that.
HVAC thingy.
The
over
HVAC thingy,
over
yes.
center ice. Majeski was all alone. That puck bounced right to him. So Toledo catching a break. Faceoff coming all the way back down into the Jets' defensive zone. 49 seconds left to play in this second period. Battle off the faceoff. Fournier comes out with it. Wharton harassing him. You got to think Metro's content with just trying to kill this clock and get out of this period. Davis sidesteps his man. Edwards pinches in. Zaccani watching him closely. Hammer with 20 seconds left in the period. Again, the Jets just trying to kill the clock. Hammer up to his feet, off with the puck. And now Fournier. Flipped up, low ceilings. You'll see that a lot here. Puck hits the rafters. We halt play. 10 seconds on the dot. Face-off still down in the Jets' defensive zone.
Shot 16-11 here in the second period. 34-26 overall in this game. As the Jets and the Cherokee trading goes back and forth here in the second period.
Cormier holds in, redirected in front. 4 seconds left in the period. Zaccani just going to carry this out of the zone. Play is halted. The buzzer goes. Zaccani was trying to make one last-ditch effort in this period. One goal aside. Aiden Hartzell on the power play for the Jets. Jamison Rose for the Cherokee. We're through 40 minutes of play here at the Ice House. The Jets lead the Cherokee 3-1. Any thoughts on that period, Matt Preer?
Well, Toledo brought the physicality back into this game. As you mentioned, that's what Toledo's known for, a very physical play, almost to the point of intimidation a little bit. But the MetroJets, one of the few teams that, they're not, it's not so much that they're not intimidated, but it's an adjustment to have to play against such a physical team. And Toledo coming out with their trademark physicality made that period a little tougher on the MetroJets.
They certainly did, finding some sort of way to beat Obcheka, who gets a well-deserved 15-minute intermission. We're going to step aside here from the Ice House. Your score at the end of 2. MetroJets 3, Toledo Cherokee 1. Don't turn that feed off just yet, folks. Fascinating third period. And the Coney Cup is on the line. You're watching Cherokee Hockey live and exclusively on Black Bear TV.
When you are.
And we welcome you back to the Team Toledo Ice House. Third period of play underway. Just a couple of minutes. Metro leads Toledo 3-1. Matt, take us through the tie-breaking procedures, or I guess just general criteria for this cup that we have since lost is now on its way to the scorer's box.
Yes, indeed. The 2025 Coney Cup. It is a unique format. It's a 2-game total goals series. So yesterday, obviously, the Toledo Cherokees skated to a 4-2 victory over the MetroJets. Right now, the score is 3-1 in favor of the MetroJets. If it stays that way, it'll be a 5-5 tie in total goals. The first tiebreaker is the season series between the two clubs. So back on September 26th at the Jets home opener against the Toledo Cherokee, the Jets gained to a 5-2 victory. Yesterday, Toledo with a 4-2 victory. And again, if the score holds, the Jets would lead the season series 2-1, that being the first tiebreaker. The Jets would walk away with their third straight Coney Cup.
You know, if you're Toledo, you don't want that to happen. You want to get that cup back in Toledo. You want it to stay at the Ice House. Sets up for an interesting decision. You know, I highly doubt that cup staying here is in the back of Kenny Miller's mind. He just wants that victory.
Right. I mean, you're looking ahead. You're looking at the season standings right now. I mean, if the Jets hang on to win this, both teams are 12-3, tied again for third in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. More importantly to both clubs, 2 points back of the second-place Red River Spartans with 5 games in hand. Even more importantly, 4 games back of the division-leading Columbus Mavericks, with both teams 3 games in hand on the Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, that gives you, a lot of teams front-load their schedule, make it a little lighter on the back end, try and keep guys healthy towards the end of the season. Can come back to bite you as Cameron Klein is being sent back into the penalty box to finish his penalty time that the offsetting minors, Klein and Patterson. Puck is down. Third period is underway here from the Ice House. Coney Cup on the line. Centering feed, Sharon. The save made Lucidi. Hammer carries on in with Wharton and Johnson. Hammer towards the net. Missed well wide. Glomboski into the neutral zone. Puck bouncing down the ice. Tig Lucidi will pick up, set up shop for a moment before he swings one out wide. Trevin Johnson. Johnson, a fluttering pass on over for Edwards. Carries in, finds Hammer, wrist shot. Taylor got a piece of that one.
Shots on goal, by the way, in that second period. MetroJets was 16, 2-period total of 34, while the Toledo Cherokee with 11, 2-period total of 26.
Play into the far side corner. Now to the near side. Played on ahead, Peevich. Stretched on ahead, Majeski. Lucidi out to play that one once again. Kraus picks up. Look at that. Coffee brought by Matt Naiman for Matt Prier, but not for me. It's crazy. Hank Davis carries on in. Cormier. We're just going to brush that one aside.
Right.
Majeski. It'll all, you know what? Toledo can get back into this one, win the Coney Cup. All will be forgiven. What a snag by Jamie Lovell.
Lovell sticking the big paw out with a save.
Heads up on the bench, Lovell.
So a lucky fan from Macomb, Michigan, picking up a souvenir puck, and he threw it back.
He said, I don't want this puck. Come on. He said, I just want that W. Jamison Rose steps in, slides his man on the faceoff. 1 goal tonight. Jamison Rose works to the backhand. Lost the puck. Sends it down for Ethan Gray. Puck taken away by the Jets. Now Rose spins one off the side of the goal. On the half wall. Peevich lugs this one on ahead. Dumps in on Lucidi. Slows it down. Using the net for some protection off the boards. Majeski nearly got that one. Catalano tries to chip around Bunk. Plays along Fleming. Sweeps that one around Majeski. The far wall, backhands that around Van Tegum. No icing. It's nullified. Van Tegum will pick that one up behind his own net. Ahead for Gray, who poked that around Bunk. Former teammates. now rivals. Van Tegum round through the far side. Fleming had his stick lifted by Trevin Johnson. Now into the referee's crease. Landon Wharton grabs that one. Knocked to the ice. Delayed penalty coming up to the Jets here. Toledo continues to control the puck. We continue on. Hammer drops one off. Evangelista finally gets control. The Jets to the penalty box for the first time in this game. 17-13 left in regulation. And this Cherokee power play that can be a dangerous Cherokee power play gets their first opportunity.
Yes, indeed, as a Toledo Cherokee, and they are strong on the power play as well. Opportunity to pull within one. And great power play by the Toledo Cherokee, 28.0%, 16 power play goals, and 57 opportunities of the man advantage. 11th best in the USPHL Premier.
Johnson, cross for Myers, up top, Edwards shot, redirected, loose on the doorstep, and they score! Cameron Krause, loose puck, finds the back of the net, a power play goal for the Cherokee, and it's 3-2.
Cameron Krause, second all-time amongst active players in USPHL Premier history in points, picking up a very important goal for the Cherokee on the power play, the 20-year-old from Channahon, Illinois. His 9th goal of the season. We got ourselves a hockey game, Zeke. It's 3-2, MetroJets.
We certainly do. We didn't even get to talk about the 90% Metro penalty kill, which was 12th in the league.
Yeah, I know.
With 6 shorthanded goals. Cameron Krause said, I'm gonna shut those guys up.
Right. Hey, he knew what we were going to say. That's what it was.
Absolutely.
He's got us in his ears.
Krause carries on in, backhands that wide of the net. Toledo again with some new life. Krause drops one off Myers. Myers a wrist shot up, check of the save. Rebound sitting there for Krause again. And, dangerous.
Cheka made that save with the helmet off.
He said, let's throw it back to the 50s.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go. His best impersonation of Terry Sawchuk there.
Terry Sawchuk, if he saw that number 82, would just get sick to his stomach. Not a goalie number.
Right. But he would give mad respect to Mr. Upcheka making that save without the helmet.
He certainly would. But he'd give it with an asterisk.
Yes.
For not wearing a goalie number.
Cameron Krause's 9th goal of the season from Ethan Gray and Landon Edwards. The 3-minute mark came on the power play. Has pulled the Cherokee to win one. They trail 3-2.
Dumped down the ice. Ingersoll and Cormier give chase. Icing called against the Jets. And Toledo, in this third period, getting that early power play opportunity, making no mistake. They know that the first 2 periods were not up to par. And I'm sure Kenny Miller and the coaching staff let them know that fact.
Yeah, there was probably a lot of raised voices in the Cherokee locker room, especially after the first, and for sure after the second period as well.
Fournier off the back of the leg of Wharton. Peevich can't connect with Stone. Tegalu-Cedi. And a lot of the errant passes you saw from Toledo in the first 2 periods, Metro's kind of struggled with that in the early stages of this third period.
Special teams so important. Both teams now with a power play goal here in this game, and Toledo continues to attack. And Cheka in the complete splits, able to hug that goal post.
Another opportunity for the Cherokee there. There's blood in the water right now. Not literally. There is no blood in the water. That's not a Toledo water joke.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can make it a Toledo water joke.
I'm originally from Flint, Michigan, so I know all about the water
stuff. So we can joke about that.
You can, absolutely.
Face off.
My tail just went away, finally. So.
Zaccani on ahead. Glomboski carries in. Got Zaccani going to the net. Throws one. Trying to do a little bounce pass off the pad of Lucidi, who saw that coming, sticked it aside. Klein gives chase along with Zaccani. Now Gray continuing his hot streak in this contest. Provencher, cross for Taylor. Pass intercepted, Ethan Gray. Flips that in, glove down Provencher. Being harassed by Gray, can only softly dump that in. Stretch pass on ahead, Jamison Rose. 1 goal this evening. Pass blocked by Taylor. Diving on the play is Rose. Getting around him, Jake Taylor. Carries on ahead. Taylor out wide. He's got Sharon with him. Blocker save made. Bounces to Sharon. And it hopped up on him. Break the other way. 2-on-1. Davis with Myers. Across. Oh, Obcheka got a piece of that. That was a blocked pass that caromed dangerously. That puck was hanging there.
He was sliding over to his blocker's side, just stuck the glove out on a wing and a prayer, and it just caught the tip of the glove to keep this game 3-2.
They say you got to have some luck to be good. There's some luck, and he's played very well tonight. Toledo continues to put pressure on. Fires the shot. Save made up Cheka. Edwards.
That was off the knob of the stick.
Davis all alone. Fans on the shot. Patterson for Outman. Off the shin pads of Edwards. Outman can't get around Edwards. Krause playing the defensive side of the puck. Let Hartzell play that down low. Edwards off the glass and then off the back of the head of Myers. Bunks shot well wide. Fleming shot into some traffic. Teague Lucidi in the far side corner. Just pitches that one up a little soft. Flip ahead. Bunk dumps in. And now Edwards couldn't get it around Outman. Myers and Bunk digging away at it. Swept out. Trevin Johnson was all alone for Toledo. Now he'll lay one to the far side. Landon Wharton. Wharton bounces one up top. Hammer the shot. Obcheka hangs on as Johnson and Bunk tangled up behind the net.
Well, Trevin Johnson was telling Isaac Bunk, for a really good meal, you got Cinco de Mayo, the Mexican restaurant, right down the road here in Alexis Road. So, been there a few times. Good food.
They do. Big fan of Mexican food here.
Yes, indeed.
Did you know, Matt? In my lineage, I am 1/8 Mexican.
Is that right?
I know I don't look it. I'm very pasty white, but I am 1/8, 12.5% Mexican.
Very good to know. The more you know, right?
Jake Blum got a piece of that, knocked it up and out of play. The more you know.
Lucky fan from Monroe, Michigan, picking up a souvenir puck.
Good not halfway point, quarter-way point between here and Mount Clemens.
Right. Face off to the left of goaltender Jakub Obcheka, his glove side.
Hammer tried to get to that one. Fournier stepped right in front. Is that another puck on the ice down there?
Yes, it is. And referee Anthony Sonato just puts it back, puts it in his pocket.
Right.
Play continues.
Hey, whatever you got to do. Van Tegum, cross Klein. Through the legs of Johnson. That's going to go for an icing. That's not what Toledo wanted to do there, was give Metro another offensive zone face-off.
Earlier today, Fresh Coast Freeze, 6-5 overtime victors over the Bearcats Hockey Club for a nice 2-game sweep in Lockport, New York for the Fresh Coast Freeze. And 17:30 and counting remaining in the third period. Battle Creek Colonels all over the Cincinnati Cyclones, 6-2.
Yeah, Battle Creek, after a rough couple of weeks, they had Toledo and then MJDP and Metro and Toledo again. We'll get back to that. Johnson carries on it. Johnson, the shot blocker save made by Obcheka. And then Johnson throws a monster hit in the corner on Blum. Stone with Peevich. Stone throws on the brakes. Works to the top of the circle. Blocker save made by Lucidi. Johnson picks back up. Hoists that one down the ice. Bouncing puck. Finds Catalano. Just chops that into the corner. But you mentioned Lockport, New York. The Cherokee will head that way next weekend for their final pre-showcase tune-up.
Penalty coming. It's on the Cherokee. A 2-minute minor for elbowing will put the Jets back on the power play for the second time today. They're 1-for-1. Elbowing minor on the 16 of Alex Catalano.
Now what you want to do, Toledo was buzzing for the majority of this first 7 minutes and 22 seconds. Some good opportunities, a power play goal. Now they've got to kill off a penalty and try and get that momentum and keep it throughout the rest of this game.
We're speaking of the Cincinnati Cyclones. That is the next game for the MetroJets next Friday, November 14, down at Queen City Sportsplex in Cincinnati, Ohio. 7:10 face-off there in the Queen City.
Flip down the ice. Rose some light pressure. Obcheka. Stretch pass on ahead for Majeski. Zakani picks that one up in his own zone. Works wide on Gray. Works through a body check left for Majeski. Back for Taylor, on ahead Peevich. Cross corner dump. Zaccani. Pocket picked by Gray, but he gave it right away to Sharon. Up top it goes. Taylor. Peevich. Shot! Blocked in front. Getting a piece of that Cormier. He's not feeling too hot after that one. Taylor walks the blue line, hands off Peevich. The shot blocker save made by Lucidi. Edwards finds it, sends it towards the blue line. Zaccani intercepts. A.J. Zaccani, minute 5 left on the power play for Metro. Up top, Taylor now across. Majeski's shot off the glove of Lucidi. Does have that every so often. He'll go for the glove save and it'll hop right out. Back up top it goes Taylor. Walks in, hesitates, hands off Majeski. Sends it high and wide. Zaccani picks back up. Back for Taylor. Opens his hips. Had Peevich waiting for the one-timer. Couldn't hit him where he wanted in the wheelhouse. Now Taylor once again, 35 seconds on the power play. Zaccani walks in. Poked at by Rose. Back up top again, Jake Taylor, the quarterback. Across, again, just off with that pass. Peevich couldn't even get a stick on it. Majeski, 20 seconds left on the power play. Zaccani. Long shift for both of these units. Long shot, glove down. Lucidi going to hang on and get his guys a change.
They were trying to set up Alex Peevich to the glove side of Daxton Lucidi, and Peevich a couple times there just lost the puck in his skates, couldn't get the one-timer off. That's kind of his wheelhouse, the Alex Ovechkin area, if you will.
I mean, I think Alex Ovechkin made a pretty good career out of
Yeah, not bad.
there.
He's only got 900 goals.
900 more than I've got.
Right.
Isaac Bunk, 10 seconds left on the power play. Walks in, wrist shot, sends it just wide. Stone pokes that up to the point and held in. Close play. Kenny Miller letting the linesman hear about it. We're back to full strength. Toledo has killed that off. Metro 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Lucidi leaves it back for his brother Teague Lucidi. 10:23 left. In regulation, 3-2 Jets is your score.
In that myriad of shots on that power play, the MetroJets now up to 42 shots on goal. On goaltender Daxton Lucidi, who's made 39 saves.
I'll tell you, usually you start seeing that many shots. It's Toledo with all that high number. Been a completely different story tonight. Teague Lucidi on across. Trevin Johnson tries to get around Fleming. Now Hammer pulls around. Hammer to the slot. Hands off. Krause. He's taken to the ice. Penalty coming up here to the Jets. Swung around. Klein to the half wall. Fires one wide. Puck. Karams up to the point. Van Teegum going to go back and reset. Smart play by Van Teegum. Could have just dumped that right back in. Klein carries on ahead. Flips. Glove down calmly by Fleming. Cherokee power play 1-for-1. Gets another opportunity with 9:35 left in regulation.
Ryan Gomboski, 2-minute minor for tripping at the 10:25 mark. Has given Toledo their second opportunity, the man advantage. They are 1-for-1. They made it a 1-goal game. Earlier in this third period, Cameron Krause, his 9th goal of the season, from Ethan Gray and Landon Edwards. That came at the exact 3-minute mark of the third period, and that's where we're at. 3-2 score in favor of the Jets.
Ingersoll to the half wall for Hammer. Puck a little bit in front of him. Hammer driving down to the corner. Works around referee Anthony Sonato. Hammer held against the boards by Blum. Fed up top. Cormier across Ingersoll. Owen Ingersoll down to slot. The shot scores! Landon Wharton on the power play. It's 3-3. You wanted a game, Matt Preer.
Yes, indeed.
We got a game.
Landon Wharton, the 20-year-old from Rock Springs, Wyoming, scores his 5th goal of the season. It's his 3rd with the man advantage, and we've got a 3-3 tie, Zeke Fravor.
5th goal of the season for Landon Wharton. None have been more important than that one. 2 for 2 on the power play. If that tells you anything, stay out of the penalty box the rest of this game on both sides.
No doubt.
I mean,
Toledo's 2 for 2. The Jets are 1 for 2, and that's been the story in this game.
Edwards carries on in. We've got a whole new hockey game here, folks. Krause works down low for Davis. Hank Davis with speed around the perimeter of the zone. Jams that one back down around for Krause. Fournier, no stick. Sharon trying to slide it over to him sneakily. And now out come the Jets. Zaccani through two defenders. Lucidi backhands that one around. Edwards takes his man Sharon into the boards in the corner. 8:35 left in regulation. Puck towards the blue line, held in by Taylor. You know he's going to be a captain here and try and get his guys going again. Myers down the ice, fires a shot wide. Man, what a game.
My goodness. Landon Wharton, his 5th goal of the season from Ian Ingersoll and Jay Cormier at 10:48. Coming on the power play. 2 power play goals have tied this game for the Toledo Cherokee.
Majeski works outside in. Save made by Lucidi. Dangerous shot there. Those slow shots are dangerous for goalies. Catalano chips on in. Works bunk up pretty good in that near side corner.
Bunker turning the favor. Now they're both intertwined with each other, and referee Anthony Sonato has had enough. They're both going to the box.
Well, I guess if you're going to take a penalty, you might as well drag the other guy in there
take
with
someone
you.
with you, all right?
I'll tell you, for the longest part of this game, Metro was just in control. They gave Toledo an inch with that first power play early in this period, and Toledo has just come alive.
The Jets out shooting the Cherokee 9-8, much closer here in this third period. The Jets still out shooting the Cherokee 43-34 in this game. Daxon Lucidi, 40 saves on 43 shots. Jakub Abcheka, 31 saves on 34 shots.
Cormier into the far side corner. Excuse me, I don't know where I got near side from. Hammer tries to work that back up top. Provencher for Peevich. Nice heads-up play to wait out Johnson. Cormier picks back up. 7:33 to go. Plays off the back of his own net. Finds Ingersoll. Now up for Hammer. Handcuffed him with the pass. Provencher across for Fleming. Lucidi dropped his stick there. I don't know if he booted it or if he just didn't have a good grip on it. No harm, no foul. Back the other way, 2-on-2. Kraus with Johnson. Kraus the shot. Johnson doing the splits there trying to hold the blue line. Jams off the wall for Hammer. Blum harassed, watched by Kraus. Hammer clears the zone. Lays one ahead for Johnson, who is very tired. Majeski in his own zone. Peels back. Feeds off for Stone. Up top for Outman. Overskated that pass. Teague Lucidi on ahead for Myers. Can't corral that. Jake Taylor turns and does a 180 back up ice. Shot Lucidi the save. He just tried to stop moving. Those are the ones that can be dangerous. You get that shot, it could trickle behind you. We halt play, 6:38 left in regulation. It's all tied 3-3.
Ethan Gray with a pair of assists so far for the Cherokee. As he's been an integral part of this comeback. It was 3-0 at one point before the Cherokee with 3 unanswered goals to tie this game at 3 apiece.
Teague Lucidi taken to the ice, but not before he finds Edwards with a pass. Errant pass now. Patterson kicked that along. Taylor backhands that on ahead, picked up Teague Lucidi. Cross to his defensive partner Edwards on ahead, 2-on-2. Jamison Rose pokes that across, intended for Gray, who finds Rose with that pass. Hartzell, power play goal for him. Now Martin down the ice. Van Tegum, no look pass. Nearly leads to a turnover. Sparks and Rose 2-on-2. Sparks going to dump in, head off for a change, where Martin will pick up in the far side corner. Martin's pass for Outman. One touches that, gave it away to Gray. Now Trevin Johnson redirects that, and you're going to see a lot of top line usage for Toledo here.
Same on the Jets side as well, as you see Hartzell big hit there on Brendan Hammer, and here come the Jets back the other way.
Yeah, the Toledo bench looking for a penalty there. Thought it could have been a trip, but you were a ref, I was a ref. You want to try and keep yourself out of this game as much as possible.
As a referee and as either one of the linesmen, you want to be as invisible as possible in a game like this.
You don't want to be the reason something happens to one team. Glomboski in, shot. Lucidi the save. He had Zaccani with him, 2-on-1. Lucidi said, I got the shot, and he did.
And Zaccani and Glomboski talking that over. Zaccani was wide open on the right side. But Glomboski felt he had the better shot and took it, and Lasiti with that glove.
Yeah, I mean, the defenseman shading over for the pass. You might as well take that shot. Myers jams it off the boards. Provencher couldn't get there. Davis, lot of speed, pokes around Fleming. Tries to find Kraus. Davis up with Myers and Kraus at this point in the game. Usually Trevin Johnson on this line. Kraus pokes on along. Kraus backhands in front for Myers, who was tied up. Sharon back the other way. Glomboski with Sharon into the shin pads of Teague Lucidi. Bouncing puck. Played to the near side corner. Kraus tries to poke that along. Glomboski taken into the boards by Edwards. 4:38 left in regulation. Centering feed, Sharon. Save made Lucidi, who's working over Zaccani in the crease a little bit. We continue on. That's this rivalry.
It was playful.
It was. It wasn't malicious like the youth game that was.
Yeah, the game before us. Jeez.
Kid. Yeah, it was an interesting youth game. Parent got kicked out.
Yeah.
Gray, block shot, almost got around Fournier, who's just a little bit bigger than Ethan Gray.
Yeah, just a touch.
Isaac Bunk around for Fournier. Couldn't connect with Novak. And icing, not called immediately, but is called with 3:54 left in regulation.
Interesting to note, it's the 3-3 tie right now. If this game goes to overtime, which is entirely a possibility, no matter the outcome of the said game, the Toledo Cherokee would win the Coney Cup.
Just got to keep it within one. Win or keep it within one. You know what Kenny Miller would love to have. He takes that W over that trophy anytime. You get that W, you get that trophy.
And it does present the unique circumstance to where if we go to overtime and say the Jets pull it off in overtime, they win the game but lose the cup. Not going to be much celebrating on the Cherokee side for winning the cup.
Correct. I think you take the W anytime. Wharton down the ice, centering feed, couldn't connect with anybody. 1-on-2. Coulter dumps in. Lucidi gloves down, keeps things going for Edwards. 3:08 left. Giveaway right behind the net. Peevich was there. Lucidi has to react. Trevin Johnson laid one on ahead. You got Johnson playing with Brendan Hammer. They've been pretty good together over the course of the past couple of years. Edwards down for Kraus as offsides is called against Toledo. Under 3 minutes to play.
2:52 to go here in the third period. The Jets climb to a 3-0 lead before 3 unanswered goals by the Cherokee. And that's where we're at. 3-3, shots on goal, 14-8 in favor of the Jets in the third period. 48-34 overall in this game.
Got to imagine the Jets are going to hit that half-century mark with the shots. Played on ahead. Outman and Ingersoll. Ingersoll on for Davis, stepped in front of by Patterson. Patterson on ahead. Lucidi jumps on it. Outman was circling the net.
The Jets have hit the 50-shot plateau 9 times already this season. And that is in just 14 games.
Well, and usually you hit the 50-shot mark, you're comfortable with your game. This is a near 50-shot mark, and the collar gets a little bit tighter. The grip on the stick gets a little bit tighter. Who wants to be the hero? Cormier carries in. Cormier towards the net, and a man open. Davis couldn't get to it. Jammed in front. Cormier back to the point. Spins one towards the net. Redirected by Kraus just wide. Kraus picks up. Finds Myers, has it swatted away by Peevich. Majeski delayed penalty coming against
the Cherokee.
Indeed.
With 2:06 to go here in the third period, Jake Myers, 2-minute minor for slashing.
That's a guy you don't want to lose. Jake Myers, an all-situation player for the Cherokee. And, we said if you're a referee, you try and keep yourself as invisible as possible. You don't want to have to make that call. That's one of those slashes in the hand area. Guy can't get the puck. He loses the puck. Your hands are pretty much tied.
No pun intended.
Peevich, power play opportunity for the Jets. 1 for 2. Peevich up top to the slot shot. Lucidi looked to have gotten a piece of that with the toe. Zaccani circles around. Edwards applying pressure. Majeski up top. Jake Taylor across Peevich. They're going to try and do that same thing. Taylor the shot. Lucidi the save. And Sharon, look at that. Just a wry smile from Aiden Sharon. But Taylor and Peevich are going to try and play catch and try and get that perfect one-timer opportunity.
The whole building knows where the puck's going. It's going to Luka Peevich. And, he is in his best impersonation of Alexander Ovechkin, and he's very good at it.
Peevich.
Oh, my.
Giveaway. Brendan Hammer down the ice. Peevich giving chase. Hammer all alone. Save made by Obcheka.
Biggest stop of the game by Jakub Obcheka with a minute 28 to go here in the third period.
Zaccani back the other way with speed. Drops one off Peevich up top. Taylor back to Peevich playing a little pitch and catch. Taylor. One-timer Majeski. Save made Lucidi. Peevich across for Majeski one more time. 1:10 to go in regulation. Sharon around Zaccani. Up Peevich. Wrist shot. Lucidi the save. The Jets over 50 shots in this one. Brendan Hammer the game on his stick. Obcheka said no.
My goodness. A minute and 4 to go here in the third period. 58 seconds left in the power play. Basically the rest of this third period with a man advantage.
Cleared down the ice. Last minute of play in regulation. We'll try and keep ourselves as calm as possible here. We don't want to raise our blood pressure. Lucidi.
Yeah, my heart pills are back at home.
Oh, boy, yeah. I'll do my best not to. Kept in at the line by Taylor, who gets roughed up by Wharton. Cleared into the neutral zone. 40 seconds left to play. Taylor picks up on the backhand. Fires a pass to the near side. Stone dumps in on Lucidi. One of those dangerous dump-ins. Ingersoll around. Stone can't get to it. 25 seconds. Stone back feeds for Blum. Drops one off Stone. Sharon to the bench for a change. Fournier on. Stretch pass. Glomboski booted it a little bit. Dumps one back. Fournier, 10 seconds in regulation. Fournier. Majeski redirects in, back to full strength. 5 seconds to play in regulation. Cormier down the ice. Myers redirects in, and we are heading to overtime.
And congratulations to the Toledo Cherokee, your 2025 Coney Cup champions. No matter the outcome of this game in overtime, shots on goal in the third period. MetroJets with 16 for a three-period total of 50. Toledo Cherokee with 10. Three-period total of 36. We go to overtime. And for those unfamiliar with the overtime rules, we'll play 3-on-3 hockey. The teams will switch sides. If that's not enough, we'll go to a best-of-3 shootout. If that's not enough, we'll go to a sudden death shootout until the cows come home.
I don't know if any cows are coming home. It's too cold.
It's a little chilly.
What
but
a
good
game.
news. Good news for both teams, no matter what. In addition to the Cherokee winning the Coney Cup, both teams guaranteed a point.
Yeah, that's huge this time of the year, especially more so towards the end of the year. What a game we had here. The Jets up 3-0 in this one before Jamison Rose way back in the second period, finally beating up Cheka 2-on-1. Then how about a couple power play goals from the Cherokee to tie things up? Brendan Hammer, an opportunity to win it. Breakaway shorthanded. Obcheka said absolutely not. Now we get to see the real chess match here. Who's going to start for these teams? 3-on-3 overtime. You know, Matt, I was just talking the other day with Megan from Fort Wayne, Megan Eisenbarger, the photographer for the Spacemen, and I said, I hate shootouts. I love overtime. She said, why do you hate shootouts? I said, I don't know. I just don't like them. I said, I would much rather call an overtime game.
Right.
What are the odds that this one would go to overtime? And, you know.
And for both teams, this is their first overtime game of the season. The MetroJets brothers from across the locker room, MJDP, their last 2 games have gone to overtime. So the Jets will start off with A.J. Zaccani, Jackson Stone, Jake Taylor. Toledo Cherokee counter with Hank Davis, as well as Jay Cormier. And looks like it is Trevin Johnson.
Trevin Johnson, 14-game point streak on the line right now.
But again,
Stone and Davis.
The good news, both teams coming out of here with a point no matter what happens.
Zaccani had it swiped away by Johnson. Cormier peels off. Davis couldn't get to it. Zaccani played that on ahead. Trevin Johnson under duress finds Cormier. Peels away from the pressure of Stone. Cormier down the ice, 2-on-2. Cormier ahead for Davis. Got to slow that puck down a little bit. Things are getting a little too skittery early here.
What a 3-on-3 does, it really opens up the ice for all the speedsters of both teams. As Stone with a backhand shot, and Lucidi makes his save, his 48th save of the night.
Lucidi calmly hangs on to that. There was a quick change from Trevin Johnson, too. I mean, just about a 25-second shift, but that's what you want, right? You want a shorter shift unless you're going for broke, trying to get that game winner. Face-off won by Cameron Krause. Landon Edwards picks up. Got Krause going down the ice, way too far ahead. No icing. Nice hustle from Krause. Fleming around for Sutton Majeski. He's had a couple opportunities here tonight, just has not been able to capitalize. Drops one off the side of the net. Pivich picks up. Gets around Hammer. Pass partially blocked by Myers. Majeski for Pivich all alone. He's got Fleming joining the rush. Pass off the skate of Edwards. Myers jams that one around. Edwards on for Hammer. Brendan Hammer carries on in. Gets around his man Majeski. Hammer the shot of Cheka. Again, the save.
I think it's a fair assumption, Zeke Fravor, that no matter the outcome of this game, I think 2 of the 3 stars are the 2 guys between the pipes.
You almost have, I mean, they both made timely saves, huge saves. Obviously, we will have our 3 stars of the game decided on by the fine folks across the way in the scorer's box. See what they think at the end of this. Wharton on Bunk. Bunk comes out of it.
And Mount Cummins, the flight deck, decides the 3 stars.
Sharon down the ice with speed. Can't get around Ingersoll. Owen Ingersoll harassed by Sharon. Nobody wants to dig it free. 3:10 to go in overtime. Referee Anthony Sonato getting out of the way. In goes Bunk. Bunk stops, starts. Lucidi the save. Loose, and Bunk. No goal. Lucidi the save. How did that?
I think that hit the bottom of the crossbar and dropped straight down. I do believe. This is where we need replay.
Extra life for Toledo. Bunk. I thought that was in.
Oh, yeah, so did I. I had a half fist bump getting ready to go.
Lucidi picks up. Teague Lucidi, that is. Stone around the net. Wanted to go for the wraparound. Teague Lucidi tied him up. Hank Davis, he's got a lot of speed, giving chases Zaccani, who also has a lot of speed. Davis sends it rink wide. Gave it right to Jackson Stone. Lays one to the near side. Taylor finds his man Zaccani. Zaccani, Taylor with a lane. Stepping in front of him, Trevin Johnson. Davis for Johnson. Nobody seemed to want that one. Zaccani, rink wide pass for Stone. Throws on the brakes. Stepped into by Cormier. Trevin Johnson picks up. Long shift now. 2:10 left in overtime. Long change for both teams. Played around to the near side for Trevin Johnson. Couple of line changes for the Jets. Johnson, fans on the pass, 2-on-1. Majeski for Sharon. Back for Majeski and Trevin Johnson. the defensive play of the game so far. On ahead, Cameron Kraus, one-on-one, Jake Taylor. Kraus cuts across, shot. Taylor steps in front, and that one's completely off the ice rink.
And to a lucky fan from Maumee, Ohio, picking up a souvenir puck.
1:41 left in overtime.
Shots 3-1 in favor of the Jets. 53-37 overall. Daxton Lascidi has made 50 saves. His save percentage is going to be really good. It already was.
Myers into the skates of the linesman. Majeski elevators across to the near side for Sharon. Sharon watched closely by Myers. Holds Sharon to the wall. Edwards digs it free, then lost it. Edwards circles back. Hoists that one on ahead for Kraus. Cuts around Majeski. Cameron Kraus, 1:10 to go in the overtime period. Kraus behind his own back. Lays one up top. Edwards. Edwards, the shot, glove down. Has a man breaking away. Majeski. Edwards giving chase. Battle of the 14s. Majeski across. Evangelista couldn't get the shot away. Back the other way, 2-on-1. If they hurry, now Gray tries to get around Bunk, unable to. Bunk had Evangelista breaking free. He's wide open. In comes Evangelista, the game on his stick. Lascidi the save! Wharton picks up. Matt, you should have brought your heart pills. 35 seconds left in overtime.
I do got Bear baby aspirin.
Ingersoll fires a pass on ahead. Intercepted Bunk, 2-on-2. Ingersoll playing the angle. Bunk driving wide, going around the net. Ingersoll takes him into the boards. 20 seconds left in overtime. Evangelista overskated the puck, throws on the brakes, has Peevich going to the slot. Instead, passes up top. Bunk wrist shot. Save made Lascidi. Rebound is sitting there. Ingersoll picks up 7 seconds. On ahead for Wharton with 3. Wharton in with 2. Wharton the shot and the save made at the buzzer. And we are getting more free hockey.
We're going to a shootout, my friend.
Oh, I just had to jinx it the other night.
Oh, my goodness. Shootout time. And so the Toledo Cherokee, as the home team, has the option of shooting first or deferring to the Jets. And that is a decision that Kenny Miller will make. My goodness, Zeke Fravor.
Always an interesting decision. I'll tell you what. Whew, this has been quite the game. I mean, this is going down as one of those instant classics in this rivalry. Again, the 54th meeting in the USPHL for these two teams. And it's going to a shootout. We'll see if Kenny Miller wants to shoot first and try and get the first shot in.
And he has deferred. So it'll be the MetroJets, and we'll start it off with Tyler Fleming.
Fleming, the defenseman, 1 goal on the season. He's going to start things off for Jamie Lovell and the Jets. Fleming works out wide. Little Mohawk picking up speed to the backhand. Lascidi the save. Lascidi waited out Fleming, who was trying to wait out Lascidi.
Yep.
And he just ran out of time. Trevin Johnson got some hands. Point streak has come to an end. I think he would take a win over that point streak continuing in this one.
Indeed.
Johnson, he's got good hands, always has. Works out to the near side. Top of the circles. Johnson accelerates to the backhand. Scores. Trevin Johnson capitalizes. An opportunity for the Jets to answer with Luka Peevich.
Was kind of surprised at the Tyler Fleming being the first shooter, but no surprise here with Luka Peevich. Now with the Jets trailing 1-0 in this shootout.
Peevich. Everybody likes to go out wide. Peevich no different. Top of the circle. Peevich. Wrist shot. He rang one off the post. Oh my goodness. Beat everything except the post. And if Landon Edwards puts one in here, Toledo wins this game. The defenseman from Richfield, Wisconsin. Up the gut, Landon Edwards. Stick handles to the backhand, to the forehand. Scores! This one's over! Landon Edwards wins it for the Cherokee. And we already mentioned it, but the Coney Cup is staying in the 419. Matt Preer, I mean, what a game, man. This has been so fun. I appreciate the heck out of you coming down here, man. What a weekend of hockey. Dex Lucidi, some big saves. Jakub Obcheka, more big saves. It came down to the skills competition. Metro 0 for 2. Toledo 2 for 2.
And congratulations to the Toledo Cherokee, your 2025 Coney Cup champions, coming back from a 3-0 deficit to ice the game here in a shootout. And the Toledo Cherokee will keep the Coney Cup here in Toledo, Ohio for the next calendar year. And more importantly for the Cherokee, they now move into a tie for second in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division, with a record of 13 wins, 2 losses, good for 26 points, 5 games in hand in the Red River Spartans, 2 points back of the leading Columbus Mavericks. With 3 games in hand in the Mavericks, the Jets fall to 11-3, 0-1, 23 points in 4th place in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division.
Matt, I think there's a special gift waiting for somebody who probably doesn't want that special gift. And Caden Miller down there ringside.
It's going to Mo!
Equipment manager Jay Fravor getting the hot dog bath. He's taking it. He loves it. Full double duty tonight. Equipment manager, PA announcer, getting the hot dog bath. Caden, what's the feeling like down there? If you can hear us. I don't think she heard us.
She's excited.
I mean, you can tell everybody's excited. I mean, vibes are high on that Toledo side, winning the Coney Cup. But, I mean, again, this is one of those instant classics in this rivalry.
It's a huge win.
They're slinging glizzies at each other.
It is a huge win and really sets up the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase, Day 1 on Friday, November 21st. It'll be the MetroJets, Toledo Cherokee, 4:30 face-off that Friday. That's going to be a heck of a way to start the USPHL Detroit Showcase.
And you know, after a weekend that did not go Metro's way, they are going to want some payback. They were very, very good the first 2 periods of play, and Toledo, something clicked in the 3rd period, came back and just, I mean, took control of the game, really. I mean, what a turnaround for the Cherokee as they continue to celebrate with the Glizzy Trophy. I wonder if they're going to be throwing those hot dogs around in the locker room afterwards.
Great job by the Toledo Cherokee. Again, down 3-0 halfway through the 2nd period. The Jets had complete control the first half of this game. And then the Toledo Cherokee came back strong. And they will bring home the Coney Cup for the 2nd time in the 4-year history of this Coney Cup series.
Year 1 was the inaugural year. Toledo won it. It resided in Mount Clemens for the past 2 years. Now we'll sit here at the Team Toledo Ice House for the next however long it takes to schedule the next Coney Cup.
Yes, indeed.
But we'll see if we're doing the 3 stars of the game. Haven't heard confirmation on that yet. Gotta think we're gonna get at least an interview here with somebody, anybody. Is it Landon Edwards with that trophy? It is Caden Miller with Landon Edwards.
Yeah, we got no 3 stars today because, I don't know, I mean, I think this entire Cherokee team winning this Coney Cup is your 3rd star and your 2nd star. But we've got our number 1 star, Landon. How does it feel to win this?
Oh, it feels great.
Move of the year right there.
Can't do it without my teammates, that's for sure.
Now, this trophy finally is back in Toledo. I think it's the first time that it's actually looked like this, that it's in Toledo. It's going right outside in the front, so everybody can see it when we come into the rink. What does this mean to your team?
It means everything, not even to the team, but for the alumni as well, just for everyone that's been in here It's just surreal. I can't even explain it.
Well, congratulations. Go celebrate with the rest of your team. Thanks. I can't even talk. I'm so excited, too. Thanks, Zeke. Back up to you.
Thank you, Kaden. Go celebrate as well. Cherokee, shootout victors in this one, 4-3. Landon Edwards, the final blow delivered to the Jets. Toledo on the road next weekend, Lockport, New York, take on the Bearcat Hockey Club. Metro with the Cincinnati Cyclones in their final tune-ups before the 2025 Detroit Showcase here in 2 weeks. Matt, again, I can't thank you enough for coming down here. It's always a pleasure getting to call games with you. And, unfortunately, this weekend didn't go your way. You've had your share of victories. But, again, I thank you for joining us here tonight. And it's been a true pleasure, and it's been an exciting weekend of hockey.
Yeah, I appreciate the honor to be here. It's certainly a privilege to be here to work alongside you. One of the future superstars of broadcasting here in all of hockey, and it made my 50th career ring special for sure. Not the outcome we was hoping for, but that part of it doesn't matter. That was an excellent hockey game. It was a tale of two stories, as we mentioned. The first half of the game was all MetroJets. The second half of the game was all Toledo Cherokee. They deserve the win, and they deserve being crowned the 2025 Coney Cup champions.
And we get to do it all over again. No trophy on the line in 2 weeks, Matt, but Metro and Toledo, 2 weeks. Well, I guess not even 2 weeks, 13 days until the next time these two organizations meet on the ice. Day one of the showcase. Can't come soon enough. But for now, we will be signing off from the Mick Gonzalez press box. My name's Zeke Fravor alongside Matt Preer again. Thank you so much for joining us. Matt, final score tonight. Toledo Cherokee 4, MetroJets 3 in a shootout. You've been watching Toledo Cherokee hockey live and exclusively on Black Bear TV.